Making it as our top stories this morning, Anambra State government charges man for stabbing brother's wife. Commissioner for Housing Onyeka assures of more judges of Anambra extraction. Federal government plans manufacturing of 10 essential vehicle spare parts. And out of Warren Hospital fire claims the lives of 10 infants in northern India. Welcome to the breakfast news this morning. My name is Chidima Orangwa. One Nnamdi Nnebe from Umobu Oka is currently in police custody for stabbing his elder brother's wife. What started as a minor misunderstanding, Mrs. Njideka Nnebe, the survivor of the knife attack, stated that the culprit, who parked his keke in their compound, saw kids playing inside his tricycle, but mistook one of the kids to be her son. The survivor explained that after a minor exchange of words, the assailant went inside his apartment and brought a knife, but because she defended with her hand, she got stabbed in her hand instead. Reacting to the incident at the hospital during her visit to the survivor, the Commissioner for Women and Social Welfare, Anambra State, Mrs. Ife Obinabo, assured that the ministry will follow up on the case as the state government is now in charge to give justice to the survivor. Anambra State Governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, has felicitated the Catholic Bishop of Okadasis, Most Reverend Paulinus Ezokafo, on the occasion of his 40th priestly anniversary celebration. The governor, who attended the Thanksgiving Mass held at St. Patrick's Cathedral, Oka, to celebrate the day, praised the bishop for his unwavering commitment to the growth and development of Catholic Church and his role in promoting peaceful coexistence among all religious denominations in the state. According to the governor, Most Reverend Ezokafo's exemplary leadership qualities, as well as his tireless efforts in promoting the values of the Catholic faith, has earned him the respect and admiration of all Anambra people. While preaching befitting living and decent burial, for which Bishop Ezokafo is an advocate, Professor Soludo urged the Catholic bishop to continue to use his position and influence to champion the cause of peace, justice and unity, not only within the church, but also in the larger society, and prayed that God will grant Reverend Ezokafo good health, long life, and continued grace to lead the Catholic Church in Anambra State and the nation as a whole as it celebrates his 40th priestly anniversary. Bishop Ezokafo used the occasion to ask the congregation to do what they can for themselves while they are still alive and not in death. Having more judges of Anambra extraction will soon be possible following the near completion of judges' quarters in Onitsha as demanded by the National Judicial Council. This was the observation made by Anambra State Commissioner for Housing, Honorable Polly Onyeka, shortly after inspecting progress of work on the judges' quarters Onitsha, an Anambra State government project. Works correspondent Ngozi Obileri reports that a work started on the site barely 1 month ago and has gotten to roofing level. Her report is taken from the studio.
The parapet is ongoing on one out of the 5 buildings. One had been roofed, while the remaining 3 buildings are about to be roofed. Speaking after the inspection, Honorable Onyeka said the speed is in line with timeliness of Governor Chukwuma Soludo's administration to start and finish every project in a record time, since all the materials needed, including funding, is readily available. According to Commissioner Onyeka, the contractors have 2 weeks to round off the building to allow the state have freedom of attracting more judges of Anambra extraction.
So it's a product of good thinking by Mr. Governor and the Anambra State Executive Council. There is high quality. There is, it's well structured, so to say, and the strength is there. From every indication, the elegance will be there too.
In their separate species, Engineer Chidi Daniels of Times Company Limited, Ben Daniels of Global Impex Company, Architect Obinna Ume of Tivo Properties Limited, and Patrick Iwuno of Artisan Developers Limited, representatives of the construction companies pledged to work with the directive of the Commissioner so as to meet up with solution mandates, expressing happiness that they were engaged to serve the state in that capacity presently.
We're very pleased to be part of the challenge and will do what we can do to ensure that we deliver in line with the Anambra State focus.
We are fully prepared and ready to work assiduously in order to meet up with the deadline.
We will not compromise the quality. You have been doing the standard job from onset.
From Judges Quarters construction site in Onitsha, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
The federal government, through the National Automotive Design and Development Council, says it has put in the necessary structures and frameworks in place to begin the manufacturing of 10 essential vehicle spare parts locally. It said the move will help reduce the country's dependence on spare parts imports, which currently gobs $1 billion annually. The NADCC Director General Joseph Osanikping disclosed this at an event to conclude a 2-week training of auto engineers and software automotive design in Abuja. The training boot camp focused on Midas NFX software for automotive design skills, was organized in collaboration with Midas IT Company of South Korea and trained 15 participants. At least 10 newborns have died in a fire at a hospital in northern India after a blaze broke out in the neonatal ward. Authorities said staff at the hospital in the town of Jhansi in Uttar Pradesh state were able to break in and rescue 44 infants, but at least 16 are in critical condition. The blaze at Maharani Lakshmi Bai Medical College Hospital is being blamed on an electrical fault. Pictures from the scene showed anguished parents outside the hospital. Indian media reported that the fire first broke out in the intensive care unit of the infant ward at around 10:30 p.m. local time. Over now to sports. Super Eagles caretaker coach Augustin Iguavon has defended some of his controversial call-ups to the Super Eagles. Iguavon was criticized for inviting the duo of Kelechi Iheanacho and Umaru Sadiq for the Super Eagles 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifiers against Benin Republic in Rwanda. Iheanacho and Sadiq have struggled for regular playing time at their respective clubs this season. The likes of Cyril Dessers, Tolu Arokodare and Josh Maja, who have been in good form in Europe, have been consistently overlooked by the gaffer. Iguavon claimed it is difficult to bring in new players into the team with the limited time they have to prepare for matches. Thousands of Anambra across different religious and political affiliations have converged on Ibuhu in Agwata local government area to bid farewell to Ezinne Josephine Osoku Obaka, mother of Basil Osoku, the chairman of the Board of Trustees of all Saludo support groups. The burial mass, which was presided over by the Catholic Bishop of Ekulobia Diocese, Peter Cardinal Obaleke, had in attendance bishops and members of the clergy of the Catholic Church and other denominations. Correspondent Chibuzo Obelike filed on this report.
Delivering a homily at the Mass, Cardinal Obaleke described the late Ezinne Osoku Obaka as a disciple of Christ and a true temple of God, and commended her life of dedication and humility, testified by many who met her, asking the gathering to emulate her lifestyle. Speaking at the event, Governor Chukwuma Soludo expressed sadness over the demise of late Ezinne Osoku Obaka and condoled the family to take solace in the upright and fulfilled life lived by their matriarch. In his tribute to his mother, Chief Basil Osuokwo said his mother's death was a big blow to him, the entire family, and the Catholic community, and described his late mother as a Christian warrior and a woman of uncommon courage and doggedness, who devoted her lifetime to the service of humanity.
Ogo Jineme, Osaponya aya the 200 years. Ogo Jineme, Ige Maratana Madu Gome. Okolo Tobo line, I solely aware na Gaupia. And so I am an eye valley of Ma, Polo Biega Zulikan and Doba.
The late Ezinne Osuokwo Ubaka died at the age of 91.
It's on the news this morning, but before we go, a quick reminder that you can follow news and programs on ABS from many parts of the world by liking our Facebook page, follow us at Anambra Broadcasting Service, subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television, follow us on X at ABS Radio TV, and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. A quick recap of our top stories. Anambra State government has charged a man for stabbing brother's wife. Commissioner for Housing, Onyeka, has assured of more judges of Anambra extraction. Federal government plans the manufacturing of 10 essential vehicle spare parts. We told the foreigners in the hospital fire has claimed the lives of 10 infants in northern India. And that's it on the news this morning. Many thanks for joining us. My name is Chidimma Oranwa. Good morning.